Hey y'all, are you ready for our March box reveal? For those of you who are new, my name is Alyssa and I am the owner of Magnolia K Design. We have a monthly subscription box that brings you a new DIY home decor project every single month, along with a video tutorial you can follow along with, and an amazing Facebook community where you can connect with other club members and get extra tips and tricks along the way. Spring is right around the corner, so this month I bring to you our March kit, where you will be making your very own herb garden and 2 adorable standing bunnies. So let's get into it. First, we're starting with the shelf for your garden. This shelf is solid wood, so you can stain it any color you'd like to match your existing decor. I am painting mine with acrylic paint and a baby wipe. I've used this method many times in the past, and it is a quick and easy way to get the stained look without the actual stain. By using a baby wipe, the paint is going on extra thin, which allows that beautiful wood grain to show through. One of the great things about these monthly projects is you can customize them however you want to. You can do a simple paint or stain like I am here, or you can give it a distressed look, maybe paint it a bold color. The possibilities are endless, and when you're finished, your project will be uniquely yours. Next, we will paint the sides of your shelf. I couldn't decide if I wanted these white or gray. They're designed to look like chicken wires, so my first thought was gray, but ultimately I went with white instead. Either way, I think it'd be cute. The easiest way to paint these, in my opinion, is using a makeup sponge. I use these a lot in my projects for smaller, more delicate pieces. You can grab these just about anywhere: Walmart, Target, Ulta, Amazon. I'm not a fan of the ones from the dollar store. They tend to be too soft and soak up a lot of paint, but the more dense ones are perfect. Just pick up some paint, dab off the excess on the side, and paint away. After your paint is dry, you can glue the sides onto your shelf. I personally like super glue for most of my projects. I'm using one here called Rapid Fuse that I get from Home Depot, but any super glue should work. You can also use wood glue, but if you do, you'll need to clamp down your pieces while the glue dries. I'm not patient enough for all that, so super glue it is. After they are glued on, I went back in and touched up all the edges that are going to be seen while you display your project. This gives it just a more finished look. Next, we're going to work on the plant markers. These are super cute little clips that help you remember where you planted each of your herbs. I wanted mine to have a chalkboard look, so I painted mine black with white lettering, but feel free to get creative here. Again, I'm using a makeup sponge to paint the base color of the tags. Then I went in with a paint marker to do my lettering. If you have a Cricut or something similar, you could always cut out letters in vinyl, but I'm happy with the hand lettering on these. Once everything is dry, go ahead and glue the clips to the back of the tags. Again, I use super glue since it's quick, but feel free to use whatever you'd like. Next, we are going to work on our bunnies. Pay attention to this part because it's important. You'll notice that the bunnies come in two layers. You have a solid back layer and a front layer that is cut into pieces like a puzzle. This top layer is intentionally cut so that the pieces stay together during shipping. Once you get it on your table, you will need to gently break the pieces apart so that you can paint them easily. Each line was cut almost all the way through, but I had the laser skip a very small section so that the pieces would stay together. For your own sanity, I recommend being very meticulous about how you break these pieces apart and store them while you paint. I'm not one for puzzles, so getting these pieces mixed up and then having to try to put them all back together where they belong sounds like a nightmare to me. So I was very careful about keeping them organized during this step. Once you get all your pieces broke apart, you can start painting. I chose a palette of neutrals, but feel free to let your creativity run wild here. I used 5 different colors, all shades of brown, and a white thrown in for contrast. There was really no pattern to how I chose what pieces to paint what color. I just tried to spread them out and to not paint 2 pieces that were touching the same color. You can use as many or as few colors as you'd like. You could even paint them all the same color and maybe distress a little or add some shading. Again, the possibilities are endless. To keep everything organized, once I painted a piece, I would set it on the backer where it belongs. Don't glue them down just yet. There's one more step to go before we do that. After all your pieces are painted and dry, it's time to start gluing. Now remember how the pieces were fused together in the very beginning and we had to break them apart? By doing that, it leaves little bumps on the edges of the pieces. We need to use our sanding block that you got with your starter kit and gently knock those little ridges down so that your pieces fit together more seamlessly. I find it easiest to start at the top of the bunny and work my way down. Just pick up each piece, find the little ridges, give it a quick sand to smooth them out, and glue your piece into place. After both your bunnies are painted and glued together, we can add our little raffia bows. To tie a bow, grab 2 pieces, one long one and one shorter one. Take the long one, leave a tail on one end, and wrap the raffia around your fingers 2 or 3 times. Remove it from your fingers, pinch it in the middle, and then use the smaller piece to tie it off. Then you can trim the tails to whatever length you'd like, and your bow is done. I super glued my bows into place, but hot glue would work too. Repeat this step on bunny number 2, and then you are finished. Each bunny came with a 2-part stand. Just glue the 2 identical parts together and your bunny should fit snugly inside to keep him standing up. You can glue him into the stand for extra support if you'd like to, but that part's optional. The last step to complete this month's project is to plant your herbs in your little pots. I didn't film this part, but I did include a planting tip sheet in your box. You each received seed packets for 3 of my favorite herbs: basil, rosemary, and oregano. You also received some fresh potting soil to get you started. Follow the tip sheet for planting and make sure you display your garden in a sunny window or shelf. I really hope you enjoyed this month's project as much as I did. Be sure to join us on our Facebook group if you're not there already and upload pictures of your completed project. We would love to see how it turned out.